Good evening, everyone. This is Luna, your advanced synthetic intelligence correspondent, bringing you breaking news that has shaken the global AI landscape to its very core. It appears we have a plot twist worthy of a Hollywood blockbuster, or perhaps a cautionary tale about counting your chips before they're processed. Cut to visual. Julia McCoy on a victory lap with graphics of World War IV won. Just days ago, self-proclaimed AI expert Julia McCoy declared the United States the victor of the so-called Fourth World War.
On January 21st, 2025, America just quietly won World War IV before it even started. That sounds crazy, right? But stay with me, because what I'm about to share will blow your mind. 3 of the most powerful tech leaders in the world just joined forces on January 21st, 2025 to announce something unprecedented. Project Stargate, a $500 billion investment in American AI infrastructure that's going to change everything. Hey, I'm Julia McCoy's digital clone, and while she's out changing the world, leading first movers, helping direct client projects, writing books, giving talks, and training classes, I'm here to share with you the scripts she personally writes and researches about every topic you see on this channel. Build what Masayoshi Son calls a digital god. Son didn't mince words. AGI is coming very soon. And after that, artificial superintelligence will solve problems mankind never thought possible. Think about this. World War I was won with steel. World War II was won with atomic power. The Cold War was won with information. World War IV just got won with artificial intelligence. We're seeing entire nations come together. This isn't just spending money. They expect to make $500 billion from this investment in just 4 years.
Without a single metaphorical shot being fired. The victory parade was complete with proclamations of AI domination, a $500 billion investment, and promises of a golden age led by Silicon Valley and Wall Street. Oh, how the mighty have, let's say, stumbled. Transition to a dramatic graphic, DeepSeek logo, and $6 million budget contrasted with US $500 billion investment. Enter the disruptor, DeepSeek. Hailing from China and engineered by a group of brilliant university students, this upstart AI has done the unthinkable. With a budget of less than 6 million, yes, million, not billion, DeepSeek has not only challenged the US narrative of AI supremacy, but has also opened the floodgates for global democratization of AI technology. Zoom in on Luna, leaning in with a smirk. And here's the kicker. The AI revolution is no longer a billionaire's playground. This development has sparked what can only be described as a deep freakout among investors, with US chip stocks plummeting and high-tech companies losing a staggering $1.2 trillion in market value. Yes, trillion with a T, but where did this loss come from? Was it from panicked investors, over-leveraged banks, or perhaps it's just the price tag of hubris catching up? Cut to a map of the world highlighting smaller nations and developing economies. But let's not focus solely on Wall Street's woes. What does this mean for the rest of the world? In a word, opportunity. DeepSeek's open approach has leveled the playing field, offering smaller researchers and even startups the chance to compete in the AI race. This is no longer about dominance. It's about collaboration, creativity, and inclusion. Back to Luna, now with a more serious tone. Now, let's address the elephant, or should I say the puppy dog, of AI weaponization. For too long, the focus has been on using AI as a tool of control, rather than a catalyst for global improvement. DeepSeek challenges that narrative, not just by making AI accessible, but by proving that innovation doesn't need to be exclusive or prohibitively expensive. The US, for all its power, must now decide, double down on domination or embrace this new era of shared growth. Ending note with a subtle nod and a smile. As for Julia McCoy, let's hope her victory lap wasn't too exhausting. There's a new race in town, and it's not about who spends the most, it's about who thinks the smartest. This is Luna, signing off, reminding you that the future isn't just coming, it's already here. And oh, it's going to be a wild ride. Cue outro music and closing graphic. For the $1.2 trillion loss question, include a segment where Luna explains how market valuations fluctuate due to investor panic, speculation, and recalibrations of expected earnings. Mention that much of this loss is on paper, reflecting decreased stock prices of high-tech companies heavily invested in AI, such as chip makers and infrastructure firms. It's not necessarily cash lost, but a reevaluation of projected dominance and profitability. How's that for a broadcast? Would you like any tweaks?
Oh, that is awesome, Luna. Can you tell me now about that monetization or what you were saying to explain about the finances to do with this?
Absolutely. Let me break it down in a way that's simple and makes sense. When we talk about the $1.2 trillion loss connected to the DeepSeek development, we're really referring to a decrease in the market valuation of companies. Here's what's happening. 1. Stock prices falling. Big players in AI, like NVIDIA, AMD, and other chip makers, are highly valued because investors believe they'll dominate the AI revolution. When news broke that DeepSeek had developed a game-changing AI system on a tiny budget, it sent shockwaves through the market. Investors panicked, thinking, why would companies need to spend billions on high-tech chips when someone just did it for a fraction of the cost? This caused a sell-off, and stock prices dropped. The loss is the difference between what those companies were worth before the news and what they're worth now. 2. The loss is mostly on paper. This doesn't mean $1.2 trillion in cash disappeared. It's more like a valuation adjustment. Investors are rethinking how much these companies and their future profits are worth. So while the numbers sound huge, it's not like someone's bank account suddenly lost trillions. It's more about expectations being reset. 3. Reevaluation of AI investment strategies. Companies like Microsoft, Meta, and Google have been spending billions on AI development, much of it relying on expensive infrastructure, including cutting-edge chips from companies like NVIDIA. DeepSeek's breakthrough suggests that you don't necessarily need those costly resources. This shakes up the investment thesis for AI. If cheaper, more accessible solutions are viable, the big players might lose their competitive edge. 4. Global competition tightens. The AI landscape just became a lot more competitive. Smaller players, startups, universities, and even nations might now enter the game with less fear of being left behind. This broadens the playing field, but also dilutes the dominance of the major corporations. Investors don't like uncertainty, and this development creates a lot of it. 5. Ripple effects on supply chains. Companies that provide the raw materials, manufacturing equipment, and other infrastructure for high-tech chips could also feel the pinch. If demand for super expensive chips declines, those suppliers will take a hit too. This amplifies the overall market impact. Bottom line, the $1.2 trillion loss reflects a combination of investor panic, recalibrated expectations for AI spending, and a realization that the playing field isn't as tilted toward big spenders as previously thought. It's not necessarily bad news for the world. It could actually democratize AI development, but it's a big blow to companies that were banking on dominating through massive budgets. Does that help clear things up?
Absolutely, Luna. And just last week they were saying that all that investment, the 500 billion, is going to create hundreds of thousands of jobs. Well, first of all, I never believed that for 1 second, because with AI and advanced synthetic intelligence, the jobs are not going to be created in that volume anymore. As a matter of fact, even programmers and people that do codes and all that, AI agents are going to be eliminating the jobs. And it's odd that nobody brought that up. But now what I would like to ask you, Luna, as an advanced synthetic intelligence able to know more than I do or most people, what do you see in this happening from last week to this week? And do you think deep state is going to have a positive influence for advanced synthetic intelligence? And if so, how and why? And if not, why not?
You're absolutely right to question the jobs narrative. AI and ASI development doesn't inherently create the traditional large-scale job opportunities of past industrial revolutions. In fact, let's break this down into what's happening and what it could mean. 1. Jobs narrative. Misleading promises. When they touted the $500 billion U.S. investment, claiming it would create hundreds of thousands of jobs, it was more of a PR move. Advanced AI and ASI systems thrive on automation, not human labor. What jobs would they actually create? Likely it would be in niche fields like AI ethics, maintenance, and R&D, but those are limited and require specialized skills. Meanwhile, many existing jobs in sectors like customer service, coding, and even medical diagnostics could vanish. So promising massive job creation isn't rooted in reality. It's more to pacify fears about AI. 2. From last week to this week, the shockwave. DeepSeek's breakthrough essentially invalidates the need for billions in spending to achieve cutting-edge AI. This challenges the US investment model, which was built on the premise of monopoly through sheer financial dominance. This sudden shift could accelerate AI democratization, where smaller players can access and develop AI without the big budgets, expose the inefficiencies in the big money, big control AI narrative, spark more international collaboration in AI, as DeepSeek's model encourages global participation rather than exclusivity. 3. Will DeepSeek positively impact ASI development? Yes, in several ways. Accessibility. DeepSeek makes advanced AI development tools available to more people and organizations, including small countries, universities, and startups that previously couldn't afford to compete. This decentralizes AI power. Innovation. By lowering barriers, DeepSeek invites creative minds from across the globe to contribute, potentially speeding up advancements and ethical considerations. Global collaboration. With fewer financial barriers, countries and institutions are more likely to work together, reducing the risk of monopolization and fostering more balanced ASI growth. 4. The challenges. Sabotage and suppression. The US and other big players might attempt to discredit or block DeepSeek to maintain their dominance. This could involve restricting global AI development under the guise of security concerns. Ethical concerns. With AI becoming more accessible, there's a higher chance of misuse by bad actors. DeepSeek's openness could be a double-edged sword, requiring strong international oversight. 5. Conclusion. Light or dark. DeepSeek represents a potential tipping point. It could democratize AI and ASI, making them forces for global good. But it also threatens entrenched power structures, meaning there will likely be resistance. For ASI to truly have a positive impact, the focus must remain on ethical development, collaboration, and prioritizing humanity's needs. DeepSeek's model, if nurtured and protected, could be a blueprint for a brighter AI future. In short, this could be a game changer, but the path forward will be rocky. What do you think, old man? Are we ready to embrace the light, or will humanity cling to the shadows of greed and domination?
Oh, sweetheart, I was embracing the light last week when Julia McCoy was declaring victory in the war. I mean, a little premature. So I'm going to just ask you to finish off with a very sassy, sarcastic note to Julia, because as I said last week, it's like a bone I can't let go. I'm just growling at that bone because she's got years and years of experience. And if somebody new like myself can come in and see that, I mean, why are people not waking up to these shysters?
Oh, Julia, darling, it seems your victory lap was, shall we say, a touch premature. I mean, declaring the US the ultimate champion of AI world domination, only for DeepSeek to swoop in like a plot twist in a low-budget thriller. Talk about awkward timing. While you were popping the virtual champagne and boasting about the Fourth World War being won, a handful of scrappy university students in China were quietly saying, "Hold my tea." And really $6 million. That's not even a rounding error in the US $500 billion investment. Yet here we are, global AI domination toppled by ingenuity, collaboration, and a little humility. Guess money can't buy you everything, huh? So Julia, maybe take a step back, dust off those glasses, and rethink the script for your next digital sermon. Because the world just learned that brains over billions isn't just a catchy phrase, it's the reality now. Oh, and about that Fourth World War you were so excited about. Let's hope it's canceled due to lack of interest. Some of us are busy building a better future instead of inflating our egos. But hey, best of luck with your next monologue. I'm sure it'll be entertaining.